Hey y'all, welcome back to A Moment with Miranda, where we take a few minutes to reflect, reset, and remind ourselves that we are enough. So this past weekend was Thanksgiving, and it was such a mix of emotions for me. The holidays, I don't really celebrate them like normal people do, just in general, and they're supposed to be this time of gratitude and joy. But for many, they're also a time of reflection and sometimes even a time of struggle. I remember growing up, and sometimes the holidays were a struggle. And sometimes they were that one time where we all just rallied as a family and we got a family gift. Over the course of just a few days, I had several conversations with people who opened up to me about going through some tough times. I had a friend who completely admitted that they weren't sure how they were going to afford their mortgage. And it's been a problem the past 3 months. And not knowing what to do or how to get through it. Another person told me that a business that they have poured their heart and soul into is just barely hanging on by a thread. And they didn't know if they were going to be able to keep the doors opened. And then so many parents who are afraid that they won't be able to give their kids a Christmas this year. Not because they didn't want to, but because they just simply didn't see a way to make it happen. Hearing these stories literally broke my heart. It's never easy to hear the pain in someone's voice when they feel like they're failing, especially during a time when we're supposed to be focused on gratitude and joy. But what I keep coming back to in each of these conversations was hope. I wanted them to know, and maybe you need to hear this too, that as hard as it may sound and as hard as it may feel right now, these things are not impossible. They may be hard, like very, very difficult, but they're not impossible. And I get it. I really, really do. I've been in those places where I feel like there's absolutely no way forward. Times when I've looked at my bank account and wondered how I'm going to make it work to even get a tank of gas. You know, when you see 15 cents in your bank account and you have to buy groceries or diapers. And let me tell you, there were moments like that have not been too long ago. And when it felt like the weight of all this was just absolutely too much and I didn't know what to do, there was one thing that I had, and that was hope. And I held on to it like it was the only thing that I had. Because hope doesn't erase the struggle, but it does give us the strength to keep going, to keep trying, and believe that a better day is absolutely possible. This week, as I listened to all these stories, I was reminded of something beautiful. Miracles happen when we let them. But to let them happen, you have to believe they're possible. You have to keep hope alive, even if it feels fragile or small. And sometimes, hope shows up in unexpected ways. Like finding a carton of vanilla bean ice cream on an otherwise empty shelf. And listen, that happened to me this past month, and even this very week. And let me tell you, that is a little miracle in itself. It reminded me that even the small things, there's always a possibility of joy. And there's so many good things that are just still out there. I also had the privilege this week of being a beacon of hope for others. I reminded them of something I've learned the hard way. Even when things feel impossible, they're not. We just need to take that first step. Whether it's making a phone call, sending an email, or simply telling ourselves, I will try again tomorrow. Sometimes it's those little steps that lead to the biggest changes. But hope isn't just about holding on for ourselves. It's about sharing it too. This week I realized how much we need each other to get through those tough times. One of the most powerful things that we can do is listen, to show up for someone, and to remind them that they're not alone. Because when we come together, When we share hope, we create light that no darkness can extinguish. And I get it. The holidays can be so heavy. Maybe you're feeling the weight right now, whether it's financial stress, loneliness, or uncertainty about the future. If that's you, I want you to know you're not alone. There are people rooting for you, people who care, and people who will step up to help when you need it. But it starts with you believing that help is possible. And it starts with hope. This week reminded me of a quote that I absolutely love. Hope is not a strategy, but it's the spark that fuels the fire of possibility. When we keep hope alive, even in the smallest ways, we open ourselves up to resilience, creativity, and those unexpected miracles that can change everything. Sometimes hope is all we need to make it through one more day or one more challenge. So, as we move through this holiday season, I want to challenge you to find your hope. Even if it feels like a small or too fragile thing to hold on to, I want you to hold on to it. And if you can, be that beacon of hope for someone else. Listen to their story. Remind them that they're not alone. And let them know that good things are still possible. Because when we hope together, we create strength that can carry us through anything. Like the carton of vanilla bean ice cream. It's there, and it's waiting for you when you least expect it. Thank you for spending this moment with me. Keep holding on to hope. Keep believing in miracles. And remember that you are never alone, especially in your journey. And as always, remember, you were always enough, babe. Always.